What's up, everybody? This is a Collide interview with the one and only
Carla
Dotson herself. With Boardwalk On Elm, we're in support of Waco Restaurant Week, getting to know the owners behind the products, the people behind the products, and get to know their stories. And yeah, we're excited. We've just been hanging out for a little bit, and already have had some good stuff come out of this hangout. We're excited for y'all to experience more of it. So, yeah. So, Carla.
Yes.
My question, I'm going to be 100. I know nothing about Boardwalk on Elm.
Yes.
I should have done my research, but I know nothing.
So,
Why Elm? Why Boardwalk on Elm?
okay. Well, just to give you a brief, if I can be brief, history on it. We're from Waco originally. I went to the military, came back, Air Force, of course, and came back here to Waco. We live close to the Baylor Stadium. So as Baylor started to develop and wanted to put the stadium in our neighborhood, we just wanted to be sure that we understood what the impact was going to be with the stadium. So with that, conversations, meeting neighbors, community people, community leaders, we got a chance to meet with Commissioner Lester Gibson, the legendary Commissioner Gibson. Yes. So he kind of enlightened us about this area being historic, the Frog Town. Frog Town meaning before they built the Brazos River and was able to control the dam, this area used to flood. So when it flooded and then recede back, you'd see all the bullfrogs, big bullfrogs in this area.
Oh, no way. Okay.
Yeah, so it's a pretty rich area as far as, history with African American people being here. Most of them transitioned through gentrification at a point where South Waco, they moved back over here to East Waco.
Really?
So that's kind of, because Baylor developed. So that's why we kind of wanted to understand what the stadium done. Okay, with that being said, in the process, he talked about owning property here in East Waco and, just buying up some different stuff. It was really scarce. This used to be a really vibrant place. But as people moved out, Hewitt grew, Woodway and some others, people started to grow out of the area, but you still had the historic black churches and stuff here. So when we decided to stay here, and like I said, with that conversation and everything about Baylor, we didn't want to be actually bought out or actually move. We wanted to make sure that we had a decision and say, hey, we wanted to move. Well, they built the stadium. Everything's been going pretty good. People been parking cars and such. So as far as the food truck came along, we just decided, my son rides horses because this is a big trail riding.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Do they ride publicly throughout the city?
Yes.
Yo,
we just live
I've
right
definitely been walking home and I was on a run one time and I saw black people riding on horses. I was like, this is Old Town Road.
We're gonna ride till you can't no more.
And they were killing it. It was like they could ride horses.
Yeah, they're really deep. We have 2 horses, and my son's been riding since he's 15. So, in my effort to watch a 15-year-old, we decided to get a freezer and some ice cream, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be at the trail ride, and he's like, what? Why are you out here? So, I was doing my mom thing, but in that process, we started to do small business that way, and we ended up buying a food truck and just putting a few things in it, and we would go to the local trail rides. They were not as big as they were now. You had a couple of clubs, and people were a little bit tighter. Now you got a couple of 100 clubs, and everybody's doing trail riding every weekend. So it's a big thing now, but this is the younger group that they're doing more trail riding. So actually the food truck came from a combination of the community conversation about owning property and the trail riding bit. So we bought the property on Elm in between the Holy Deliverance Church, which it was their only last piece of property. They own majority of the the property there where we own that whole block. So we own a small portion of that block. And it was pretty inexpensive when we bought the property. And I stuck the food truck up there a couple of years because I was working full-time at the Department of Veteran Affairs, helping the veterans out. So I decided in 2017 to maybe jump ship and come do this full-time when they started to talk about development. And I can see them, we got a new fire station here, we got the clinic, and I started to see some of the infrastructure change, and I said, okay, well, they got the stadium. So it just looked like development was imminent. So just decided to get out there and get our name out there, who doesn't like to eat, even if it's burgers. Because since I've been there, I've run across a couple of people. I've run across food critics and food bloggers or chefs or, I get a lot of people that come to the window like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I'm just flipping a burger here or something.
So that's what y'all do is burgers.
Well, we do mainly burger. Well, let me just rewind just a bit. Lee's Restaurant, Lee's Drive-In, 54 years in business. So we grew up off the link baskets with the barbecue sauce and French fries and your little salad.
Any turkey legs in there?
Yeah, we do all of it. I mean, we can do all of it. We rotate some things in and out. But what we were accustomed to eating in this neighborhood, in this East Waco neighborhood, has been the Lee's with the link baskets. And like I said, the toast. That was a neighborhood food, local for people here. People come from out of town, they go to Lee's, Well, can I get a good hamburger basket, the greasy. So we kind of mimic some of the stuff that they do. So we have the link baskets, cheeseburgers. Well, we came up with the short ribs, so we have our own blend. Mr. Mitch is another business, African-American business, been around 25 years or more. He morphed in doing short ribs and links, and he has a whole store there on 25th Street, North 25th. So we kind of threw some short ribs in there, but we have a different batter on ours. But like I said, that's how everything is morphing to now. So it's been an experience because, like I said, we're getting a lot of people that are coming down Elm now. Everybody's watching the hotels go up. They're looking at the grocery store. They're looking at the revival. So the brewery. So yeah.
So you have your family with you. Why don't you introduce them for us too, so we can.
And this is Dante Dotson. This is my husband Dante, and this is my daughter Tiara Dotson. This is the baby girl. So
I'm the manager of the food truck. So
I actually make it work.
Yeah.
Without me, nothing happens.
Yeah.
That's great. So what has this meant for your family? How has this been? I mean, it seems like you guys are pretty tight-knit. So, I mean, what was the process of the family kind of joining in on this?
Oh, my goodness.
Can chime in.
Yeah.
Y'all want to tell them about the fights that we have? Or?
We don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, we just going to stick to the good
just
stuff.
part of being business owners. You're going to have disagreements in this type of business. Why you didn't season this meat? And so this is all. Everywhere we go, we're gonna have arguments. But at the end of the day, when everything is over with, we like joke around and laugh about the experience that we had.
Yeah.
But
and we mainly tag team Dante most of the time because he figures the ranch or some bread or something. So we're like, where's the bread? So I mean, it's an experience. I know a lot of people are jumping into food or doing food trucks and stuff like that. It's very hard work. And for me transitioning from office, and I'm glammed up with nails and heels, and to come into an environment where I'm actually having to lift up boxes and keep it up inventory. It's a really strenuous business. I mean, I may have been 400 pounds a year ago. I don't know, but I'm not a 400 today. So I mean, I've lost a lot of weight.
You said glam.
Yeah.
What is that? What's
that? In the office setting type, your Carly B type, your nails are that long and you know what I'm saying, my heels and and it's a competition in the office.
You can't do that lifting boxes.
Oh no, man, I had to pop all that stuff off and put on my jeans and some other stuff. So I had to actually get in there and grind and work. And like I said at first, I was like, wow, is this gonna be something I want to do? Because I've left my employer and I've come here to do this full time. And like I said, lifting a French fry box, I had never done before. So I was like, oh boy, I don't know about this. So
Yeah, that's good.
yeah.
I think it's so cool that your family gets to do this, because I love that now, she gets to see you be a business owner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She gets the community, really, everyone gets to see someone from the community do something for the community. So I think a lot of times, in the Black community, we get successful and then we leave. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Get out the hood.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
no.
And it's like, okay, y'all are staying in the hood and
Yeah.
making it a family legacy of staying in the hood and making food for the community and making the community be back like how it used to be, like you mentioned. So
And it's a really good, what has happened there. And like I said, we have a small space. And before we got our pavilion put up, we have a pavilion now where we're putting picnic tables. We're going to get some landscaping done, TVs outside. Because we're used to the trail ride, so we're used to some outdoor, because everybody's like, oh, well, you guys want to get in the brick and mortar, why don't you guys, but that's not what we want to see Boardwalk do. We want it to be still this community place where we've had the church ladies over and they've had this big prayer under the tree, before
That's
we got
amazing.
So just that little small setting has morphed into something else. I mean, like I said, just under that tree where we had to try to find some shade there. We kept the tree there, put the pavilion up, but we kept the tree there to make sure that there was our symbol of where, we toughed it out.
Yeah.
We've had bunches of conversations. We've had, a lot of people come over and just kind of network with us and get to know us. Had bunches of conversations about Elm, about the community itself.
Yeah.
They say East Waco is a scary place. We have had events that have happened, but overall, those people are pretty good people. You got some people that are gonna do some things in the neighborhood, but overall, we have had some really good people that may have not stopped and chit-chat with us before, and they're like, you guys are cool.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
So as a food truck, what are differences between, or what are some of the hiccups and challenges that you face that may be different from, someone starting a Torchy's or someone, starting a brick and mortar restaurant, and who were the people that helped you jump those hurdles, as far as like, what did you work with a certain brand manager? Did you brand yourself? Did you talk to, you mentioned you talked to the councilman.
Yeah.
Like who were some of those, pieces of the puzzle that helped you jump some of the unique hurdles of a food truck?
this actually been do it yourself.
Really?
YouTube, going to food parks, going to Austin, going to Ford, actually going to these places and look to see what everybody else is doing and bringing that back. I didn't really have a mentor. It's just about looking to see what other people had and then bring that here. We go on vacation a lot and we go to Jamaica or Belize or something. They have a different work ethic over there. We went there once before. A guy had a bike tied onto a bed of a truck. Something really simple, something that he couldn't afford a lot. You know what I'm saying? He's just putting this bed of a truck, linking it onto this bike, and he's got coconuts on the back.
Yeah.
Dude is about 15, and he's, going through the town. He's trying to catch all these tourists. He's chopping the coconuts, boom, sitting the straw in there, $5. So I'm watching this, and I'm thinking, why am I spending all of this money to have all this glam when you can do something simple, basic? He had more customers than the restaurant maybe had, because everybody's flocking to get this coconut, and they want to spend the $5 and have that experience. So, and I guess it is about the experience, when you're somewhere and you're trying to absorb what you're, the place that you're visiting, what do you do? Well, if the person creates the experience, he had created experience by, he had this cool technique where he's like, boom, 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 straw.
Wow.
I mean, so it was just the experience. So everybody flocked to that.
Yeah, so what would you say, in a couple sentences, what would you say the experience of Boardwalk on Elm is?
Conversation.
Okay.
We're creating a conversation. People come, well, Carla, what's going on? I know you're keeping up with what's going on, because I do have visitors all day, and some people come, they might get something to drink. I've had people from California, and they come, and you know, it's just about the conversation. We are trying to create an experience when we put the pavilion up to have a more, you know, a sit down, more people to sit down. Rappaport School, we have the kids that come down. Before, they used to just go to the library, sit there, wait on the parents to come. Now they're down there eating French fries. They're having their own conversations. Yeah. They ask us about business. They get to know us. So it's about networking with everybody. Now we're meeting the parents, so it's just morphing to more of a.
It's like family.
Yeah. It's drawing people in, because we don't have the brick and mortar. We don't have the cold air. You kind of experience your outdoor. You know, you got to tough it out. But like I said, people sit there and have their conversations. They want to know about it. But like I said, I haven't had a mentor other than I have a master's degree, but that means I follow directions pretty good. So, I mean, not saying to take away a master's degree. I'm just saying as far as schooling, you know, I followed all those, the curriculum is what I'm saying. It didn't teach me about the business itself. And you actually got to get in there and experience, you know, my overhead, my profit margins, and some other stuff. I've come here to City Center. They've had a WeBo program. So I've networked with a lot of people that have given me, I take bits and pieces from everybody, even with you guys, you know. We're looking at TV and production. What gets the customer? Oh, well, I have to market. Well, how do you brand yourself? You know, I'm branding me. You know, they know me for communication or dancing or whatever I do at the food truck. So like I said, we're just doing it on our own. So in 3 years, you know, they'll remember, even if we transition from not having our food truck there, we're going to create a place where other food trucks, maybe like we can park 2 food trucks there, but people will know to come to that spot for the experience. So
yeah, so y'all are building a relationship with the community, and that's all the marketing you need, right? That's the branding you need. You know, you could spend thousands on, you know, a commercial or make it look good, but really at the end of the day, if people don't have that relationship with you, they're not going to come anyway.
Right.
So
like, I think that's why people have to do marketing, is because when they don't have that, they don't have that kind of rapport through community and family. And this might be the last question. We gotta wrap up. But I'm curious, and I specifically would love to hear from like you guys, you and Dante. What I know as an African American male, an entrepreneurial spirit, my reasonings for DIY, and I think there's like a secret sauce that I think society might need to be let in on as to why we lean towards DIY. It may just be me, but I'm just curious if, like, as a family, what do you feel like it was safer to do DIY than to be fueled by an investor and over?
You want to answer that, Tira?
Well, I'm going to start off. I started the food truck when I was in 10th grade. When my mom first opened it up, you know, at Elm Street. And so I was working at Carl's Jr. right down the street from University High School. And I was like, no, Mom, I don't want to work at the food truck. I don't want to do it. No. And so I went from Carl's Jr. to Wendy's. And I was like, I love this job. And Mom was like, okay, look, I'm telling you. So I actually quit my job, too, to, you know, come to the food truck and work with my mom. It has been, like, some, you know, times I'm like, this is not, because I want to be a nurse. So business is really not my thing I want to do. So I feel that my mom starting the food truck is really good. The things she has put into it is good. As far as the DIY, I think she's doing pretty good. It was really hard for, like, you know, us at first because of the heat and stuff like that. Let me see.
And financially, it's been, we have invested, Dante still works full time, and I had just a little amount of money saved. So actually now we have the red food truck that we sit on Elm, and then we took a lawn trailer and we'll show you pictures in a little bit, where we had started to dump money into this lawn trailer, and we got it tricked out and custom out till it looks like a barbecue wagon, but it's a versatile truck that we do different stuff on. But we got that one finished, and then we turned around and got a 17-footer truck. So we've been doing it ourselves, investing our own money, and all the money that we're taking now, because we actually don't take a salary from Boardwalk. Everything goes back into itself to build a pavilion, to build a second food truck, because you have to have the one. The thing about this is we have the one location, so it does its own business there, the community food truck or whatever you want to call it there on Elm. But also we have the guys at the brewery and Waco Food Hub or the trail rides. We have all these invitations. Well, how are we going to get there if we're moving this truck all the time? So then we move that vehicle out of the community. People are calling us like, where's this at? So like I said, it's a do-it-yourself, pay yourself, invest it back into yourself, because right now at this point, no bank is really wanting to, we got to prove ourselves. I mean, we're getting the calls now, people like, oh, you need, but we don't need it. Now we've figured out how to make it self-sufficient, how to make it work, how to reinvest. But that's something that, as an entrepreneur, you have to really look at. I really write everything down and say, hey, look, next week we need to do this. We just grow every week based on what we experienced from the past week. So
that's good.
I mean, I don't know if Dante thinks, because he knows I'm fussing all the time. So
Always.
yeah.
But she right about that. With me being, coming from Los Angeles, she was like I'm a city boy versus like country boy too, because I grew up small town, Highway 6 down in Moreland. But Carla more like business type person. I'm more like go out and get it.
Yeah.
If it's something that I want to do, I'll let them know, try to communicate with them, and let's do this trail ride, let's do this event. But they know how I am when it comes to events. That excites me. That's what motivates me and wants me to get out there and do what I do, because growing up in Los Angeles as a young boy, I saw a lot of, going to Shakey's. I don't know if y'all heard of Shakey's in Los Angeles. It's a pizza place that sell Mojo potatoes and wings. And it always was a line of people, and we had to sit and wait. And when I see stuff like that, when we having events and I see a long line, that just motivates me and makes me want to get out and do more. That experience though. Yeah. I never knew that I see something like that. A long line of people waiting to eat food. And that just gets me going, that makes me put love in the food when I'm inside the food truck.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I don't look at it as really a food truck. I think it's like a real business. That's what I say now. At first I was like, my mom's food truck, but now really all of my friends are asking, can I come up there and work? Can you see? I'm like, wow. And they're like, I seen your mom on Facebook. I seen her on the news. I'm like, okay, let's just calm down. So senior year, everybody was like, let's go to the food truck. Let's get out of school and let's go to the food truck and let's eat and let's. I'm like, wow, this is really good. But I love meeting new people, being a cashier, the manager. I want to have that label. Yeah. And I really do enjoy meeting new people, talking, meeting everyone, and, getting good reviews on the thing about, customer service. So if y'all come, I'm mainly the one in the front. If not my grandma, but
I love it. Everybody is just helping out. I have a new project coming, my mom. It's gonna be something really good coming soon, hopefully, by the end of this year or next year at the beginning. So I'm excited about that because we have a good name, and so we're still working on some things. For like something I can continue, even though I don't want, not interested in the business, but I still would love to, work with my mom, having the business grow, and, and I've been listening to everything about the properties and things like that. So
I start college on the 26th, and I'm trying to see, really where I want to go, because I might just want to do business with my mom and just, expand it in different countries or, things like that. So
franchising.
Yeah, and having my own trailer and running it and having people, my friends
maybe one
working
day,
for me.
This one can have her own.
Yeah, she likes handing out drinks.
We can see this one doing
yeah.
a Peppa Pig drink or something. I don't know what she wants or something. So, but it's a good experience, and I think that even the way that we're doing this, we're networking with you guys. And meeting new people, getting some exposure. That way, it's it gets this gets us more exposure to say it's okay, because boy, we get a lot of people tearing up those short ribs.
Yes.
Oh man, it's going down.
I haven't had good ribs since I've been home. It's been a long time.
And we don't really have a number one seller, because really everything sells in the food truck, from Frito pies to short ribs. So
Y'all have Frito pie?
Frito pies, nachos, and they get the lettuce, tomatoes, jalapenos
Where
on
have
it.
I been?
Where have you been?
You can dress
Where have I been?
Mr. Mecca.
You
Yeah.
can dress a Frito pie up like a nacho.
Yeah.
Chili cheese.
We've
or
had the
just
brisket
cheese.
on it. We've had the everything.
Because y'all are from the community for the community.
Yeah.
So
We
that,
live
we
and
gotta
work and
support
play
that
here, so
just
yeah.
on now. I don't care what y'all are doing.
Yeah.
Y'all are supporting the community, so
Yeah.
we gotta whatever we gotta do.
We're in walking distance. The bus stop is there. We're just in walking distance and a lot of stuff. We're next to another icon, Tony Damaris.
Yeah.
They've been there forever. Everybody goes there for barbecue. At first they thought we had a barbecue, but we didn't want to do barbecue because that's been a barbecue place there. You don't do that, So we'll do turkey legs every now and then, but we try to make sure that we put something there that's affordable. We try to keep our prices pretty cheap, get you a drink with it, and just have something. Because we got a lot of people that walk up to the food truck, or they just swing around the corner and they're like, I want to get some wings, Miss Carla. I'll be back. I'm going to run and do this, and I'll come right back. I'm like, okay, cool. We just got a relationship like that now with some of our customers. So we're just trying to make sure that the surrounding communities know that we're there. We're right across from the library, so you can order some food, go read a book, take a stroll up the street. So we have Miss Maryland's that's been there 30 years. I look at her stuff a lot, too, because to be in business 30 years,
You gotta be doing something.
oh man, I'm like, wow, am I gonna be flipping this bird for 30 years? I don't know about that, but yeah, I'm gonna hang in here. We're gonna hang, we're gonna hang in there. Yeah, we're gonna definitely hang in here. But like I said, maybe we'll grow and franchise out, but we never know. Whatever God has for us, can't take it away. So
for sure,
we faith-based. So, because like I said, when I left my job, I was trying to find them wings. I was like, oh my God, I'm out of the plane. Where's my parachute? So,
Just keep your eyes open though, because you never know what we might pull up in.
Yeah.
When you see them banners come out, you know that's the Boardwalk. Just because you don't see that red trailer down there on 4M, that don't mean that's not Boardwalk.
We got a swaggin' wagon coming, so y'all just wait on that.
Watch out for the swaggin' wagon.
Yeah, we got a swaggin' wagon.
Well, man, if you don't know, now you know. I know. And I'm about to go hit up Boardwalk for some Frito pie for sure. And
short ribs,
man, theme of the day is like, where have I been?
Yeah.
You guys are probably wondering the same. Where have I been? And then when you eat the food, you're gonna be like, where have I been?
Yeah.
But the cool thing is they've been here. They'll be here. Man, we support y'all.
Thank you.
We're excited to come grab some food during Waco Restaurant Week.
Yes.
It's an inspiring story.
Yeah, just a snippet on that too.
Yeah.
I know the restaurant week. I'm just gonna make this brief, but I know the proceeds go back to Caritas, and so when I saw that, because I saw when it first came out. Yeah. Well, when I first came back to Waco from getting out of the military, I looked for an apartment. Didn't have money. I didn't really understand about being a veteran and benefits and stuff. So I looked for a place here. And I was like Trinwood, but I lived there for 2 years. Well, I didn't have a deposit. And I went over to Caritas and I told the lady, I said, ma'am, you know, I got 2 kids and needed to get a deposit for, you know, my apartment. They wrote me a check out. I took it over there. That saved me right there. Wow. I didn't have money to get an apartment, so now that's coming back.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're working it out. So I support Caritas. Yeah. So
That's good.
cool. That's that was a cool thing.
Full circle.
So it came full circle. Yeah.
Man.
Wow.
That shit.
I don't even know. I don't even know where to go from there.
Yeah,
Like that was
I mean,
just like.
I wanted to make sure that they knew that that came full circle. Somebody had used their services, and like I said, stayed there for 2 years, got my education, and been going ever since. So cool.
Wow.
So we're giving back.
Caritas.
Yeah. Whoop, whoop.
Giving back.
One thing
Giving
about
back.
it, if y'all need somewhere to hang out and conversate, we right down the street,
Yeah.
904 Elm Street.
Yeah.
Y'all
Be
welcome,
there.
family.
Be there.
Yeah.
Come in and have a good time. We got Wi-Fi over there.
Y'all got Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Come on.
What is this? Wait, that's revolutionary.
Okay, but wait a
We might
minute.
not put that on there so
we
no
have
one
some-
steals that.
Yeah.
That's like,
We have Wi-Fi. We have cable TV. We got TVs out. The TVs will be up next week, and we're gonna host
Lights.
lights and everything. But we're gonna
if y'all
host.
need a rapper, just let me know.
We're gonna do PlayStation tournaments. We're gonna,
What?
Yes.
With Frito pie.
With Frito-Pie. It's a buy-in. You buy in, get the food.
Yeah.
It's a tournament.
Karaoke night. So bring your friends.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, it's gonna be live.
Hey.
We're gonna liven it
I'm
up.
gonna set it off over there.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Community. We're gonna do the PlayStation tournaments. We got dominoes. We got people over there
Yeah,
now.
spades.
So, man, they
Play
over.
spades,
Yeah.
dominoes.
But we're waiting to get our lights up because we close at 6 because, like I said, everybody's still kind of iffy about. And then we're the only ones in that area, so we don't want to just kind of be stuck out there.
Yeah.
We've been open at night before. We didn't have too many problems, but you know, we want to make sure that we got a pretty good crowd. And
I bet you. Well, you're open on Saturdays, right?
we are, and like I said, but we shut down and open up later. Because a lot of people eat late night, so we're just looking at that pattern. But we want to make sure that, everybody's safe.
Yeah, absolutely.
But because once they start riding back up, Elm Street used to be the Crenshaw of East Waco.
Got you. Okay.
So once that starts back up, you'll see people. They'll start coming back up and down Elm Street. I mean, this place has a lot of history in it. I mean, this was. I mean, you talking about
think it has
tons
a lot
of
of
people.
future,
Yeah,
too.
yeah, it'll be great.
All right, well, we gotta wrap it up, but
Yeah.
thank you guys so much.
Thank you
this
guys.
was a lot of fun. I'm super excited for the
Yes.
future of Boardwalk on Elm
Absolutely.
Street and Elm Street in the community. So.
Absolutely, it's gonna grow. It's gonna be good. Like I said, we try to embrace everything because, like I said, you got some good and some bad. Everybody doesn't like the new development and the new changes and the new neighbors and the new this and the new that. But I mean, that's just because too I've been outside of the box, and sometimes you have people that have lived here and they're like, oh, I just want my bubble and I don't want my bubble to change. But nothing stays the same, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Signing out.
Whoop, whoop.